does it feel to be there? I mean, this is the third time this fight's been scheduled, and twice it was canceled, and third time. So how nice is it to actually be there for fight week?
Yeah, it's great. Finally, hopefully this thing all kicks off without a hitch. No fights have been scratched closer to the fight, but right now, we're out here and almost time.
Let's talk about the fight week protocols. You guys had to do some stuff that was a little different this week, obviously. Nasal swab, how was that for you?
Sucked. Yeah, it was not enjoyable, but if that's the most pain I feel all weekend, I felt like I did my job.
And you've had plenty of time to study Jeremy, like I said, having been 3 times now. What kind of fight do you expect to see? What kind of fight do you expect him to bring, coming off of a few losses and probably as hungry as you to finally get back to action?
Yeah, you said it, man. He's coming off some losses. He's hungry. It doesn't take 3 to keep me hungry, though. You know, coming off that one in Russia, felt like ran out of time in that one. I'm eager to get back in there and pick up where I left off.
I think a lot of people have kind of brought this up this week, but it seems like you guys are flying a little bit under the radar. I think on any other card, this would be the fight that was really highlighted. Do you kind of like that you have such a big fight, but you're in the mix with all these other guys that are contenders and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I've been flying under the radar my whole career. But in this matchup, I think most people know what they're getting, and that's why it's not being addressed. It's just kind of like a known thing. And plus, let's face it, man, that main event's pretty badass. So I think we're all excited about that one. So it could be easily get overshadowed by that. But I think come fight night, we'll get everyone out of their seats. If not the venue, as they say, it'll be out of their comfort zone.
In the elongated training camp that you had, you're a guy that builds your camp kind of around you. You use different facilities. You have different people help you with different things. Can you talk about the trust that goes into having those people around you, you know, knowing that they have to have your best interest in mind all the time through something like this?
Yeah, you said it, man. I'm proud to be surrounded by the people that I am. And, the ones that stuck around and really kind of helped me through all this. Yeah, it means a lot. And go out there and represent us to the best of my abilities and do everything I can in my power to get my hand raised come Saturday night and be that much closer to the top of the division where I think I belong.
Good luck, man. Appreciate it.
Sure, you know.
Thank you. Next up, we have Jay Anderson from Cage Side Press.
Hey, Calvin. Welcome back. Just wondered if you could comment with everything going on, and like was mentioned, you use a lot of different facilities, a lot of different training partners. What sort of adjustments did you have to make this camp with the mass gathering events and that stuff?
Yeah, same as everybody else, man. It's, you know, we're all dealing with it, but in that sense, it's an equal playing field. I feel like I respond well to adversity, and when shit hits the fan, I dig deeper. So for me, you know, it's possibly a chance to get a leg up on the competition and just get that much deeper in the camp. And really, I'm dialed in right now, ready to go. As you said, I've been training since January for this one, third time for charm, and I couldn't be happier.
Obviously, the last time out, a tough fight against Seth. Are you able to take anything away from that loss that you can apply here?
Yeah, for sure. I know I belong with all these guys, best in the division, and I didn't feel all last. It was a big moment opportunity. Next time, I just got to capitalize. I want more. I got to go out and earn me some more big moment opportunities, and you better believe on it.
And last one for me, in terms of the empty arena, we've heard a lot of people talking about it. Those who have gone through Contender Series are tough, might have some familiarity with it. Have you done anything to prepare for it, and what are your expectations?
Yeah, just mimicking fight time, you know, sparring, and also killing the music. Gym's already obsolete at this point anyway. You know, there's really only a handful of guys in there, so on fight night should be much the same. And, like I said, we're ready to go, man. We can be more dialed in. We dotted all the I's, we crossed the T's. Each time we were scheduled to fight, we've only improved since then. And I feel like this is the best me stepping in there against.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Roman from ESPN.
Hi, Calvin. Hey, we've been asking the fighters about what it's been like so far in Jacksonville. How has it been different from normal fight weeks for you so far?
Well, you see this mask on my face.
Yeah, other than the mask and the virtual media day.
Yeah, but just I mean, for everybody, man, the weird, awkward, run-ins. Oh no, I'll take the next elevator. It's like it's kind of tough. We're all trying to do our part to be respectful of other people's boundaries, and UFC is trying to take their precautionary measures to make sure we're all adequately safe. And we're all just trying to make it happen. It's not perfect. We're all trying to just do what we can to get through this one and try to provide some level of hope and normalcy and get back to somewhat of a reality. As we're gonna come to find out what that new reality is. And I'm just happy to have my opportunity to go out and perform. I know we're the only show in town right now, and I'm excited with that opportunity.
It almost sounds like you guys are developing some kind of sense of camaraderie. It's almost like we're fighting this together in a way. Would that be an accurate description?
Yeah, we're definitely fighting through this together, man. And like I said, I got a select group out here with me, and you just appreciate who's around when shit hits the fan, and I'm going out there and going to get this W for them.
So a couple of the fighters mentioned that the swab test wasn't that comfortable. What was it like for you when you got in?
Yeah, we got swabbed. Got pricked in the hand to do some testing, whatever it takes. Like you said, we want to do our part to be socially responsible, to take precautionary measures. But at the end of the day, my job as a fighter is to go out and compete to the best of my abilities. And it's the UFC's job, and everybody else is to kind of focus on the particulars, So my main focus this weekend is Jeremy Stevens, and everything from now to then is kind of just dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and whatever gets me to that point. Once I step foot in that cage, in that octagon, that's my focus.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Andre from New England Sports Network.
Hey, Calvin.
Hey, New England.
Let's go. So you've said you've been training since January earlier when you talked with us, and you're ready to continue preparing no matter how much longer this fight got pushed back. How mentally challenging has it been to train for such a long period of time?
Yeah, people talk a lot about that mental game, and I think that's just people living in the future a little bit too much. And I practice my mentality a lot, man. I think it's where you separate the greats from the people that are just good in the sport. Is the mentality. You can get high with the highs, low with the lows. I try to stay even keel, present in the moment, and not go too far ahead on the future. Because if you do, you get lost in the mix to March 7th, April 18th, now May 9th. And right now, even for May 9th this Saturday, I'm not even focused on that yet, man. I got to make weight, and then I got to rehydrate as best as possible. And that's doing certain things every hour on that hour till I step foot in that octagon. So I literally try to just live in the moment as much as possible, and that's an intentional mindset that I work on every day.
And how's that weight cut been so far?
It's been great. Like I said, when shit hits the fan, I see it as a chance to get a leg up on the competition. So while other people are maybe sitting on the couch watching Netflix, stuck around the food in the kitchen, maybe not getting that extra workout or whatever the case may be, that gives me a drive to dig deeper. And 5-something professional fights, I haven't missed weight, haven't missed a date. I always show up. You don't need an insurance policy when it comes to signing me on a fight card. I show up. I hold myself accountable to being a true professional. And like I said, I see this opportunity to get a leg up on the competition. So for me, I'm ready to go. My weight's never been better.
And the last question, I know that Zabit fight in Russia was so long ago. You said you ran out of time in that one. What have you learned about yourself from that defeat since that fight?
Just a couple, obviously, things I got to do. Get a little busier, especially in a 3-round fight. That pace would have been all right for a 5-rounder. But 3 rounds, you got to go out and get the job done early. Kind of played a little too safe, I guess, feeling it out. But aside from that, really the big thing, too, is just that the big moment opportunities. It didn't affect me. It wasn't anything like that. There's no excuses on that end. And just that I want more of them. The whole process was nice. And I can't wait to earn myself more big moment opportunities. And taking care of Jeremy Stevens Saturday night will get me one step closer.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps it up. Calvin, good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. We need to get some sauce through these masks. Out.